Wonderful. I hope you have had a wonderful week. Like I said, my name is Kayla Shivji, and I am here to do the energy reading for the week ahead. And so I come on every Sunday, and we pull a couple of cards, and we just look at what the energy holds for the week ahead. So I'm going to go ahead and invite in my spirit guides, who are of the highest good and working within high integrity. And I'm going to ask them to just hold space and to offer us the support and the guidance that we most need right now on this journey, on this point in the collective. What information is coming forward? What can we expect for the week ahead? And how can we best navigate that to serve the highest good? So I'm going to pull 2 or 3 cards. We'll see what comes forward. But I'm really excited. Ooh, there's one. I'm really excited because today we are starting the final week of the Soul Attunement Challenge in the Facebook group. So that is a completely free challenge. There's all kinds of benefit. There's all kinds of giveaways. Oh my goodness, it's hopping over there in the Facebook group. Definitely go check it out. All right. So I have the first card. Here's 2, and I'm called to do 3. So let's do that. The first card that I got was the 2 of Swords. And this is a really powerful card because it really puts, it's reminding you of your own power, right? So often that we like to imagine that our power is outside of us because then on a certain level, we don't have to take responsibility for it, right? If we see it and we claim it as our own, then we have to do something about it. So sometimes it's easier to keep ourselves blindfolded. It's easier to live with the illusion that we are the victim or playing into this martyr energy and so forth. Because there are some really difficult situations that perhaps they weren't even our doing. Let me put it this way. Let me bring in this energy and bring in some more clarifying words, please. The energy that I've been seeing within my own life, as well as a couple of my clients recently, has been that we willingly keep ourselves blindfolded because it's scary. It's intimidating to take off that blindfold. We don't really know what to expect when we finally turn around and face our demons face head on, when we finally take ownership of these patterns that we've been operating in, or at least the part that we've played in allowing them to continue. And so these are difficult things to face, but it isn't until you fully face them and look at them that you can then get yourself out of these precarious situations. So to put this in example, if you are having a relationship where communication is constantly a challenge, you're always running into miscommunication, it's easy to put the blame on the other person and say, oh, they don't put in the effort, they don't want to understand me, etc., etc. But when you finally open your eyes and see, well, perhaps I haven't been meeting them halfway. Perhaps I've been wanting them to come all the way to understanding my way of thinking, and that the way we understand and see things is just different. So let me try to explain it in a way that perhaps will make more sense to them, and they can try to be compassionate and understanding in this effort. And so you can finally open your eyes and see, this is a pattern that I've contributed to. I've allowed this miscommunication to go on because it's hard for me to take ownership. So that is one example where you might be able to see, I've kept my blindfold on because it felt safer. It felt easier. And so when you take off that blindfold, you're going to be faced with the situations that you are truly sitting in. And I think this is really about the collective. So we are all playing a part within this collective energy, but collectively, what is happening is we're waking up. We have to see what's been going on behind the shadows. We have to see the way that things have been portrayed and laid out for us while we were unaware that we were being kept in the dark, right? And that it feels very scary because then when you see all of these things, you're going to have this emotional response. You're going to be called to take action, and that action might be scary, but it's necessary. So we can sit and keep the blindfold on, and we can leave our nest in this precarious situation of being destroyed by these two swords, or we can take the blindfold off, and we can willingly take flight and adjust what needs to be adjusted in order for us to live a more fulfilled and aligned lifestyle. I know that we'll build on this card, so let's see what we have for card 2. The Knight of Coins. This has come up a lot over the past 2 weeks, both within collective readings and personal readings. So this has been coming up a lot. This is the energy of the journey is worth it. The effort that I'm putting in is beneficial, and not just because of the end goal, because the end goal is beautiful, and when we reach the top of that mountain, we are going to celebrate. But there is also reward within the journey, within the being of it, right? So this card talks about how we are on an arduous journey. This collective awakening is not for the faint of heart. It is not one that is without challenges. But when we are willing to face these challenges and lean into the strength of our inner being to continue to drive us forward, to making progress in installing the new earth, of raising our vibration, of doing the personal healing work, we are going to see so much benefit immediately. So this isn't only about the end game. This is about improving your day-to-day moments. And of course it's in coins, so it's talking about both physical and spiritual rewards in the journey. Let's see what the third card is. The Page of Coins. This is such a beautiful card. I love this energy. So she's surrounded by Fennec Foxes, and she has the light, I believe it's the light of the moon, but it may be the light of the sun, shining behind her. And she is beginning a new quest. This feels like a pivot in time. It feels like a pivot in circumstance. And by that is really exciting, because even though it might be scary to take the blinders off and realize, oh wow, this situation that I'm willingly staying in is not working. Perhaps this is a job environment. Perhaps your job is one of those really sticky companies who has said you either get the V or you get the boot. That's really uncomfortable. So you're being faced with the situation. I can either take the blinders off and take flight willingly, or I can stay in a situation that feels uncomfortable, that is putting those chains around me, right? But we know that when we take those blinders off, we're going to be rewarded in our journey. And not only that, but we're going to be guided. We're not going to face these challenges alone, which is the most beautiful part. But we have spaces of community. We have spaces of support that we can turn to. And not only are we doing this all collectively, even if it might feel like in the moment you're alone, know that there are people on the other side of the world who are also experiencing this and going through this as well. But we also have our spirit guides. You also have your higher self, your soul leading you, this connection to source or God. This is such an important connection. I want to touch on it. But this is a time of pivoting. Oh, this week is going to be so good. It's the week following, was it last week that we had the Lionsgate portal? That was a really exciting energy. It was like a huge burst, and I myself have felt just a difference in the way that I experience time. I've built a lot more presence within my daily life, and I think it's made a huge difference in the way that I experience my daily life. But anyways, this week is all about that pivot of taking off the blinders, facing these challenges, and pivoting, starting a new journey. Perhaps this is just a shift in mindset. Perhaps this is making that change within your employment. Maybe this is just allowing yourself to sit in that uncomfortable space of not knowing for a moment until that inspiration hits and you're guided to take that action, and everything before you begins to open up and change. This week there is a lot of prosperity, and you're going to be guided to take action that stretches your comfort zone. You're being guided to awaken your senses to understand more of the underlying agenda in all things. By now, I hope you've come to realize that everything has an agenda, whether it's mainstream media, social media, your friend down the street, everything has an agenda. And so when you become aware of the sensitivities within your body to receive these hints and these nudges and these intuitive knowings, then you can better navigate. So when it comes to something that perhaps appears to be serene, it appears to be safe and secure, but feel into that intuition, feel into that connection with soul, and ask yourself, does this light me up, or does this make me feel a need to be cautious? Does this make me feel like perhaps there's something that they're not telling me, right? Trust yourself in this. The Page of Coins is all about that fresh start in the journey, but she has so much support and guidance around her. She is just being fueled with the safety and the security, and she also has her inner knowing, this connection with her soul. And so while she's starting a new journey seemingly alone, she knows that when the time comes, she's going to find the right spaces and the right connections, the right people to really assist her on continuing her path. So right now, do not worry about what the path looks like in the future. Really bring your attention to the now. What feels good for you now? How can you best support yourself now? And know that when it's time, when those next steps come, you're going to have that presence and that ability to navigate, because you have so much resilience within you. This week is going to be a really beautiful week, and it's going to be a week that allows you to open and stretch your energy, to expand your energy. And that will require a little bit of discomfort just in the stretching of your comfort zone. So these could be small actions that you take to support the larger goal. This could be big moves that you're being really called to pivot and change in. Whatever it is, trust yourself to know the right decision and to make the choices that will serve you in the long term, even if you don't know what that long term is going to look like. If you have questions, please reach out to me. You can pop them in the comments. Let me know if you're watching this replay. I'd love to say hi to you. But let me know if you have questions about this reading, about things coming up for you. I do have a couple openings this week to do one-on-one sessions. So if you want a personalized reading, we can go way deeper into this and what this looks like for you. Please DM me. These are available at the link in my bio or at kaylashirji.com. But of course, you can always just message me and we can talk about what this session entails, how you'll benefit from it. These are channeled guidance sessions. So it's a 60-minute session where I am going to channel with your spirit guides and bring forward the information that's most relevant for you and your journey, answering any questions that you have. These are really, really powerful. The energy is potent. I love them. It just lights me up so much to be able to provide so much value in this short time. And so I would love to meet with you. I have a couple sessions this week, but I am also setting up a brand new group course. And this is going to be a very unique group course because it's going to be monthly mini courses that are going to gradually build. So September, we are going to go into surrender. And more than that, it's about the confidence in surrendering, about trusting your soul, of trusting your higher self. So this group course membership thing. It is called Aligning with Soul. There is no obligation to continue. You can pop in for the month of September for the very first month. We're going to have weekly teachings. We'll have bi-weekly group coaching calls and channeling. So this is the place to be if you want to get a personalized reading included with the price. And I am so excited because right now it's on sneak peek pricing. I haven't set up the landing page, so it really is just a payment link, and that's available in my bio. Or you can message me about details. I'd love to give you details. Basically what's included: meditations, energy healing, a journal, and channeling, as well as the weekly teachings to go along with the theme of the month, which is surrendering with soul. So I'm really excited. It's a very, very low cost because I want to give everyone the opportunity to experience this work a little bit deeper. I think we all want community and support right now. And so that is my focus, to be able to provide community and support as well as the divine guidance to help you moving through some of these very weird times. So DM me if you want to get that special pricing. I will be officially announcing the regular pricing this week, I'm sure. So you only have a couple days to get in on that sneak peek pricing. And I'm going to jump over into the free Facebook group right now because we are starting our week 3 of the Soul Attunement Challenge. Today we're talking all about soul-led confidence, and the replay will be available. So jump in there if you want to check that out, and I'll talk to you guys soon.